Part B. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you will hear several questions. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Go on to the next page. Now we will begin Part B with the first conversation. Questions 31 through 35. Listen to a conversation between a student and her professor.
Hi, how can I help you?
My name's Julie. I'm in your 19th century United States history class.
Yes, of course.
I'm trying to decide on a topic.
For your research paper?
Yes.
Okay, so what are your thoughts?
Well, in class we've been discussing government-sponsored exploration.
Right.
So I thought I'd do it on the exploratory expeditions during that time.
Okay. Of course, there were several expeditions in the 19th century. Is there one in particular that interests you?
Well, I thought the most interesting one was the North Pacific exploring expedition. You know, when the U.S. government sent out 5 ships to explore the areas traveled by commercial vessels that were en route between the United States and China.
Well, that would be an interesting topic. That expedition was especially significant because it brought back very impressive collections of plants, marine organisms, and anthropological artifacts.
Do you think I'll be able to find enough reference materials? An official report of that expedition was never published, and I've heard that a bunch of stuff from the zoological collection was destroyed in a fire in a museum in Chicago.
That's true. You won't have an official report to work with like you would with most other expeditions. And you're right, a lot of the zoological collection was lost in the fire. But I think you'll have enough reference materials. The collections the expedition brought back were large enough and important enough to fill several natural history museums. So there's been quite a bit written on them.
Okay, I'll give it a try then.
Number 31. What is the conversation mainly about? Number 32. What aspect of 19th century United States history has the class been discussing? Number 33. According to the professor, why was the North Pacific exploring expedition significant? Number 34. What do the speakers say about an official report of the North Pacific exploring expedition? Number 35. What happened to the expedition's zoological collection? Questions 36 through 38. Listen to a conversation between 2 students.
Want to go get some ice cream this evening? A bunch of us are going to the new place on Main Street.
No thanks. I'm training for a marathon, and I'm trying to stick with my training diet. The marathon's in 2 weeks, so I'll be running about 12 kilometers tonight.
Oh, just come. This place is supposed to have amazing flavors.
You know, you're reminding me of an experiment we did last month for my sociology class.
Oh, yeah? Why? Did it have something to do with ice cream?
No, the experiment was about peer pressure. There were groups of 7 people, and everybody got a card with 2 lines on it. One line was longer than the other. 6 people were told ahead of time what to say, but the 7th person didn't know anything.
Yeah, my friend Kathy took part in that. Everyone was asked to indicate which line was shorter. Kathy had been told to point to the longer line and to say that it was the shorter one. The other people who knew what was going on did the same thing, and that made the seventh person really confused.
Yeah, we did it with different groups of people, and about 80% of the time, the seventh person went along with the majority, saying that the shorter line was longer because everybody else said so, even though they could see it wasn't.
Number 36. What did the woman do that reminded the man of his sociology class? Number 37. What did the woman's friend Kathy do during the experiment? Number 38. In the experiment, what did the seventh person in each group usually do? This is the end of Part B. Go on to the next page. Now read along as the directions for Part C are being read.